This treasure hunt will require you to run, ride, hike, paddle, get wet, drive places, go off trail, get dirty, get scraped, get bruised, get bitten by ticks, but that's kind of the point. $200 cash and a $1,000 KETL Mtn gift card. This is a really hard one to get to. I don't know how you're gonna get here, but it will take you to some seriously remote, completely untouched hidden lagoons. If you decide to bushwhack and get a little off-grid to make it here, you can find some treasure at the top. Extra special one for you mountain bikers. Just like the last treasure hunt, this is meant to reward the spontaneous and adventurous, and it's just not for the faint of heart. So be prepared and have a ton of fun. Get outside, go find these damn treasure jars. You will see some incredibly desolate, unreal spots. Absolute no man's land. Pennsylvania, Maryland, Seattle, Tahoe, Salt Lake City, San Gabriel Mountains, North Carolina, Denver, Colorado,
Nashville, Tennessee,
New Mexico. 3 different coordinates scattered throughout this mountain range. If you find it, you'll be stoked because there's $200 cash and a $1,000 gift card. Creeping up to the Jar 1 Edition 2 location in a very historic spot. Jar 1 Edition 2, as with all of these jars, it's gonna require some adventure to get here. Don't try and swim to this one, that's probably dangerous. $200 cash, $1,000 KETL Mtn gift card. Beautiful spot, historic, meaningful, and the jar's right up there and that tree. So be careful, but have fun, that's the point. I am covered in sweat and mosquitoes deep in the shed, Maryland, for Jar 2 Edition 2. I know some of you mountain bikers probably just got a stiffy when you heard the shed, but you might be less enthusiastic when you come looking for this thing. But if you find it, you'll be stoked because there's $200 cash and a $1,000 gift card. Well, jar number 3, Edition 2, somewhere outside of Seattle. This one's no joke. Some of these are easier than others, and this one is not, so please don't do it unless you're a qualified outdoorsman that knows how to navigate on a lot of unmaintained and no trail. But I think it'll be worth it. Just be careful and be prepared, please. Jar 3 is in one of those incredibly beautiful, serene, hidden alpine ponds. Not easy to get to this one, but absolutely worth it. Nobody comes here, a lot of off-trail. But man, it's incredible here. You gotta check it out. And here's the jar, right there with your treasure. Oh, this isn't easy. To be honest, I was a little unprepared for this much snow. I should have had crampons and trekking poles and gotten in some sketchy situations, but that's how it goes sometimes. This place is unreal. Jar 4, Edition 2, way off the beaten path outside of Seattle, sitting right there in an incredible place. Part of the reason that I like the idea of this treasure hunt is to take you to really off the beaten path, non-popular, non-people driven trails that just take you somewhere serene and peaceful and really kind of remind you what the hell is out here if you get off the beaten path. When you're in this neck of the woods, it is definitely worth it to swim in some of these rivers. Incredible out here. I am 5 days and 4 treasure jars deep, and I'm covered in poison ivy, mosquito bites, and a bunch of scrapes from thorn bushes, so it feels pretty nice to be in a freezing cold river. I am currently on the most remote edge of shoreline in Lake Tahoe. And here's the thing, last treasure hunt, edition 1, I put a jar out on the shore. It's not that hard to get to. You could paddle here, take a boat here. You go at least about 1.5 miles off trail. But somebody got that jar in, I think, less than 12 hours, the next morning, sunrise. And I thought, God, it was just too easy. So I'm gonna level it up this time. And you see this patch of rocks out here? Well, you're gonna have to swim or paddle to these rocks and find some submerged treasure somewhere in the midst of all of these. In light of making this not impossible, what you are looking for is a rock with some black paracord tied around it. Follow the paracord down, then there is a black pelican case with your treasure inside, hopefully still watertight, and here's your clues. You could probably paddle to those rocks a lot easier than getting here on foot, but it might take you a little bit longer, and somebody might beat you here who does actually climb these rocks. I don't know, maybe you're fast at paddling. Either way, God, you're gonna have a beautiful day looking for that thing. Well, in the spirit of edition 1 of the treasure hunt being too easy, I am now in absolute no man's land in the desert hills of Nevada around some abandoned mines, and you've got yourself a serious road trip, 4x4 adventure, mountain bike hike to get here, but man, it's cool, it's beautiful. Here's the jar underneath this rock, and yeah, check this place out. Salt Lake City, somewhere that away. We are on an island with buffalo and jackrabbits overlooking the beauteous Great Salt Lake. Here is jar number 7, edition 2, and I'm gonna stuff this $1,000 gift card and $200 cold hard USD right under here where there hopefully isn't a snake as I stuff my hand in here, and so you do later. Good luck. This is a rad place. It's also 100 degrees right now in June, so have fun being here in August. Way up in the mountains outside of Salt Lake City, jar number 8. Lots of flies, bees, bugs, thorn bushes, and a ton of elevation to get here. And if you think it's going to be easy to get here because of where this is located, probably won't be at the end of the day, but have fun. Here's the jar. Beautiful view too. I hope you like thorn bushes all over your legs. Let's go over some of the usual questions. You're gonna have to go off trail, bushwhack, get bitten by mosquitoes, ticks, sunburn, scrapes, bruises. Yeah, of course, but that doesn't sound interesting. Go do something else with your time. I don't care what you do.
Welcome to New Mexico. Beautiful wide open spaces, jar 9 and 10. I'm pumped for you guys to find these ones. This is my home state. Let's go, be safe. Bit of a river crossing here. Don't be afraid to get a little wet. Yeah, you thought this was gonna be easy, didn't you?
See this area? You're pretty close. Michael with KETL Mtn Apparel, and I just dropped jar number 11, edition 2 of the KETL Treasure Hunt. Closest population center is Nashville, Tennessee. We're in the southeastern portion of the state. Pretty epic trail that you are about to embark on. Super green and lush and a little humid right now. Got some water crossings, you got some log crossings, lots of slippery rocks and roots, but I have faith that you will get it. Here's what you're looking for right here. 200 cash, 1,000 in gift cards, and you might have to battle this guy right here in order to take that treasure. His name's Jim. You got a fun one ahead. Good luck. Catching a nice little thunderstorm on the way out right now.
We're just here an hour ago.
It all looks the same. Gone through some brush to get here. Bring some sleeves. All right, jar number 12, edition 2 of the KETL Mtn Treasure Hunt is officially dropped. Closest population center again is outside Nashville. This is a pretty cool one. You're gonna have to cross some water, whether by boat or jet ski or kayak. You're gonna have to travel through some thick brush as seen here. And when you get to this tree, you can see right up there the treasure hunt jar. 200 cash, 1,000 in gift cards. Have some fun. Look at my bike and all of its majestic beauty. Okay, here's the deal for jar number 13. Because it's number 13, and you know, if you want to play the 13s, you got to play a real game. So I'm playing into this whole lucky, unlucky 13, and there's going to be 3 jars, all scattered throughout the Santa Monica Mountains, in 3 different coordinates, and only one of the jars has the actual treasure. So yeah, that means you get to figure out which coordinate you want to go to and hope that you get the right jar. There is actual jars there, but one of them has the $200 cash and a $1,000 gift card, and the other 2 jars you will find and open up and find a little note and some unlucky 13s. So that's how the jar 13s go. Be careful. A lot of the navigation here in this mountain range can be super confusing. If you run into any no trespassing signs or gates or sketchy parking spots, don't do that. There's other ways to get to these things that are the appropriate way. This treasure hunt will never take you in sketchy areas or private property, just so you know. Yeah, so have fun. You know, if this isn't your speed, go for jar 14 or 15, but if you like to gamble a little, play the 13s and see if you get one of the 3 that's the correct one. Malibu Lake, Santa Monica Mountains, Pacific Ocean. One of the 13 jars. Which one is it? I don't know, but someone will soon. Does it have the treasure or does it have the unlucky 13s? You're gonna have to find out whilst you're cursing my name trying to get to all of these things. There's a bunch of water snakes in here. So if walking in creeks with small snakes and poisoned oak and bee stings is not your thing, you should probably find another activity to do aside from a KETL Mountain treasure hunt. Up a hidden gem of a canyon and a creek in the Santa Monica Mountains, and here you go, one of the 13 jars. Orange paracord, can't miss it. It's just quiet and serene back here.
Yeah.
Another 13 jar is in my personal favorite pile of rocks in the Santa Monica Mountains, one that I grew up near, and in my personal favorite butt crack, as you can see here. Little crack canyon, and this is a tricky one because the coordinate is for sure not going to be that correct and accurate, and you're going to need to watch this video to figure out where the heck this is. But when you're in this butt crack, you got to look for that hole to put your foot in. You got to climb your way up here, little spider monkey style, you know, like that, and then find this hole, remove this rock, and there it is. There's some little footage for reference, and right through the legs. Jar 14, get to the coordinates and look for that big tree. Deep in the San Gabriel Mountains, jar number 14. You are signing up yourself for one hell of a good all-day adventure to find this thing. Just so you know, it's inside and underneath this burnt tree. Hopefully it's still there. It's only like 6 weeks from now when you guys are gonna hear about this, or maybe even less. Yeah, giant bird tree, beautiful canyon. It was a lot more beautiful here before it burned down, but still nice. If you're looking for an excuse for a little backpacking adventure or an epic day trip, jar 15 is for you, but you seriously gotta be prepared for this one. This is way the hell out there in terms of no service, no humans, it's dangerous. Bring a ton of water, bring an SOS device, offline maps. Yeah, just don't do this one if you're not qualified. This is the gnarliest one yet. You're probably not gonna get out of this one without seeing some wildlife. Almost just stepped on a rattlesnake. Luckily he's motionless because he's digesting. Look at the big mouse that's just in his belly. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I was so excited about jar 15 because of how gnarly it was. Shaved a little mustache. And yeah, lived up to the hype. This is nuts. This is a really hard one to get to. Be extremely careful. Do not do this unless you are very well qualified. Anyways, here's where it is. Follow the coordinates. Should be pretty accurate. You're gonna see this big old sort of dried waterfall. A very obvious log. Right behind this log is a rock with some paracord on it. Underneath this rock, that's your treasure. If you do have the skills and the cojones for jar 15, I would recommend it because the scenery and the isolation back here is something you're not gonna get anywhere else. It's literally incredible. All right, back out east, North Carolina this time. And if you're wondering why I'm wet and not wearing a shirt, it's because I just swam to an island. I'm sure whoever gets this jar is just gonna take a boat here or a Sea-Doo or a paddleboard or a kayak or any other means of transportation other than swimming a half mile. But I'm not a very good swimmer, so I figured I would force myself to swim here. So I ran a 5K on the trails and then I swam here. And that was really challenging and miserable for someone who's not a good swimmer, dragging a dry bag with a treasure jar in it. But yeah, the jar's gonna be on this island. Have fun, it's a nice place. All right, here's your clue for jar 16. Seeing as it looks like people come to this island and occasionally take a shit because there's random toilet paper here, I've hid the jar pretty well. There's a fallen tree on this island, and shit, I don't even know where I put the jar. Okay, not a good sign that I just hid this jar and then lost it, but here's the deal. There's a fallen tree on this island. Go along the fallen tree, and there happened to be a nail stuck in this tree. So there's a nail right here, and there's the paracord. You follow the paracord. I've sort of buried the jar connected to the paracord right there. So yank on this paracord once you find this nail. There's the tree. I don't know, it's not that big of an island. You'll figure it out. There is no shortage of beautiful hidden waterfalls in the Pisgah National Forest, and if you need an excuse to be completely off-grid with no cell phone service and do a bit of bushwhacking for 3 or so hours, this is a majestic one you can hike to and find some treasure. Jar 17, Pisgah National Forest, after you climb a few thousand feet and then bushwhack for quite some time and then climb this beautiful hidden waterfall, here you go. Occasionally, these treasure jars look as if trails go to them, but you might start on that path and then realize the trails look like this, and that your feet have been wet for 3 hours and it's raining. But if you were looking for something easy to do, this ain't it, cowboy. Not a commonly used trail, like pretty much everything in this treasure hunt. Jar number 18, this one's for you mountain bikers. This is right off of Farlow Gap Trail, an epic, brutal mountain bike trail. And I got a special surprise for this one for you guys. All right, if you make it to Jar 18 off the Farlow Gap Trail in the Pisgah National Forest, North Carolina, extra surprise for you mountain bikers. Not only do you get some beautiful Trail One valve stems and oil slick, your $200 cash, your $1,000 KETL gift card, some Trail One Farlow Gap grips, which you will learn about how these donate to Farlow Gap Trail, and a friggin' Pelican case. That's a hell of a reward. Jar 19, outside of Denver. Tried to find a remote, beautiful spot that people just don't go to very often. Not easy to do in the Rocky Mountains, but I got one. I got one for you, and you're gonna like it out here. Jar 19, edition 2, outside of Denver. It's a little sketchy. If you're afraid of exposure or heights, do something else with your day. And if you come here, please be careful. Navigate correctly. And yeah, wow. This is an epic viewpoint, and I don't think anybody really ever goes here. You're gonna get here, there's gonna be a cliff on your left, a cliff on your right, and you're gonna find some loose rocks, and you're gonna pick them out. And there is your treasure jar tied to a rock and a paracord, with your $200 cash and your $1,000 KETL gift card. This is absolutely epic up here. Jar 20, addition to the very last jar of the treasure hunt. This is outside of Denver, and this is a pretty easy one to get to, mostly because I made the mistake of dragging my least outdoorsy friend ever all the way here. So this is not that hard to get to, but regardless, it's a bit off the trail. It's going to require a little bit of tricky navigation. You can bet he didn't navigate here. And it's just in a beautiful, peaceful, serene spot. I'm going to go ahead and bury it underneath these rocks here. So there's a jar. I'm going to bury it a little bit. And look at this epic view. God, Colorado is amazing. If you have any questions, just email treasure@ketlmountain.com or ping us on social media. But yeah, email's best. And all the information in this video and on ketlmountain.com/treasure. Participate at your own risk. This is dangerous. These things are in some crazy spots, but honestly, I don't think it's all that bad. And of course, there's no guarantee you're gonna get this stuff. Hunting for treasure is never any guarantee. I put them all there, and last time a lot of people in Edition 1 thought they would be there for weeks, and they were only there for hours. So go to the coordinates and look for the thing. Any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to let me know. And you know, participate at your own risk. Be careful, be smart. These things are out there in some epic places, and you'll have a good time looking for them regardless. So yeah, have fun.